Hello, and welcome to the Citizen Compass Newsroom. Today's news: United Space Confederation Constitutional Changes of 2956. The new year began with 4 significant constitutional votes within the United Space Confederation, USC, as the Chancellor initiated another round of scheduled constitutional reviews. These periodic revisions are nothing unusual. In fact, they are a long-standing practice intended to keep the USC's governing framework aligned with evolving realities across the verse. Any constitutional amendment requires a formidable 75% approval threshold in the Senate, ensuring that only proposals with overwhelming support are adopted. This year's voting cycle tested that threshold in multiple ways, sparking both consensus and controversy among citizens and lawmakers alike. The proposals. Proposal 1: Cabinet and Prime Minister Confirmation Rules. The first proposal addressed the selection and confirmation process for new cabinet ministers and the Prime Minister. The initial wording required any incoming cabinet member or Prime Minister to receive both a 2/3 majority approval from the cabinet and a 75% approval vote from the Senate. The aim was clear: to maintain high standards for leadership appointments while ensuring candidates commanded both executive confidence and broad public trust through the Senate. However, debate in the Senate quickly led to an amendment. Lawmakers noted that a 75% Senate requirement could be achievable when only one candidate runs unopposed, but nearly impossible in competitive elections with multiple contenders. As a compromise, the proposal was amended to require only a 51% Senate approval vote for the Prime Minister, while maintaining the higher standards for cabinet appointments. With this adjustment, Proposal 1 passed without further complications. Proposal 2: Limits on cabinet positions. The second proposal focused on cabinet structure and accountability. It introduced a rule limiting citizens to holding only one cabinet position at a time. The only exception allows a cabinet member to serve temporarily in an interim capacity until a replacement is selected. Importantly, even if a minister temporarily holds 2 roles, they retain only 1 vote within the cabinet, preventing undue concentration of power. This proposal passed unanimously with 100% approval and minimal debate, reflecting broad consensus on the importance of structural clarity and fairness. Proposals 3 and 4: Changes to the Ministry of Interstellar Commerce. The third and fourth proposals both centered on the Ministry of Interstellar Commerce, MIC. Proposal 3 updated the official wording describing the MIC mission and responsibilities. Proposal 4 sought a major organizational shift, transferring the industries of salvaging and mining from the Ministry of Engineering and Support, MES, back into the MIC. Proposal 3 passed easily with unanimous support. Proposal 4, however, sparked one of the most intense debates in recent Senate sessions. Returning mining and salvaging to the MIC. The idea behind Proposal 4 was not new. Mining and salvaging originally belonged to the MIC years earlier, but were transferred to the MES due to low membership in MES and missing operational features at the time. The move proved highly successful for the MES, helping it grow rapidly. However, it also drained the MIC of much of its activity and membership. In October 2954, a Senate vote had already approved the eventual return of mining and salvaging to the MIC once the MES had matured and gained sufficient operational capabilities. By 2956, the MES had grown into the largest ministry within the USC, seemingly fulfilling that requirement. For many lawmakers, Proposal 4 appeared to be little more than a formal step to implement an already decided policy. But events in the Senate would prove otherwise. MES makes, MIC takes the debate. Although Proposal 4 initially enjoyed strong support, a late-stage debate dramatically reshaped the outcome. 2 major camps emerged. One side advocated for a production loop model. Under this vision, exploration ministries would locate resources. The MIC would handle mining, salvaging, and transportation. The MES would refine and manufacture goods, and finished products would then circulate back to other ministries. Supporters argued that this model created a continuous economic cycle, with the MIC handling profit-oriented activities and logistics, while the MES functioned primarily as a support and manufacturing unit. While logical on paper, critics argued that the loop blurred responsibilities, particularly around resource management and distribution. If MES produced goods but MIC controlled logistics and allocation, the supposed loop would ultimately revert back to MIC control anyway. Opponents also invoke principles like Bartle taxonomy, arguing that while people's motivations, profit, support roles, logistics, or resource gathering help explain behavior, they should not dictate institutional structure. Mining and hauling, they noted, are not exclusively profit-driven roles. Citizens may pursue them for organizational goals as much as personal gain. Instead, critics proposed a mission-based framework. MES makes creating capability through mining, salvaging, engineering, and production. MIC takes allocating and managing resources, logistics, and distribution. Under this model, MES would remain responsible for resource acquisition and production, while MIC would function as the logistical backbone, distributing resources and finished goods where needed. The outcome: initially, proposal for appeared poised to pass comfortably, but as debates intensified, Senate opinion shifted. While the proposal ultimately retained majority support at 68%, it fell short of the 75% constitutional threshold. The failure created an unusual situation. A previous Senate decision had already supported returning mining and salvaging to the MIC, and many had viewed proposal for as a procedural formality. Its defeat did not trigger a constitutional crisis, but it certainly raised questions about shifting political priorities. Some voices even suggested reevaluating the entire ministry structure to reflect evolving roles and operational realities within the USC. Others argued that perspectives had simply evolved since the original vote years ago. While the MIC still faces challenges rebuilding membership and activity, supporters believe it can grow into a stronger logistics-focused ministry as MES continues expanding its engineering and crafting capabilities. Looking ahead, for now, the debate has been tabled as the Senate moves on to new legislative matters. Mining and salvaging remain under the Ministry of Engineering and Support, and no immediate structural changes are planned. Yet few believe the issue is truly settled. The divide revealed during these constitutional debates highlights a broader question facing the USC: how to structure ministries in a rapidly evolving organization where roles, technologies, and priorities constantly shift. Sooner or later, the Senate will likely revisit the issue. When it does, the USC may once again be forced to redefine how it balances creation, logistics, and economic growth across the Confederation. Until then, the constitutional changes of 2956 stand as a reminder that even long-standing agreements are never beyond reconsideration, and that in the USC, debate remains as vital as consensus.